The Adventures of Ragtime is not a great film. I shouldn't have expected much. It has 3.7 out of 10 on IMDb, although that is only across 136 reviews and ratings, which is not too many. But I love Shelley Long, and I absolutely had to watch it. And while I did enjoy Shelley Long in this, and everybody's performances were really good, particularly the children were brilliant, the actual narrative is slow, repetitive, not interesting. And I liked the character of Ragtime, but I didn't like the fact that we could hear Ragtime's thoughts. Nothing against the voice acting, but I just didn't like that concept for this particular film. I don't have a problem with hearing animals' thoughts in films in general, but with this film, I just didn't care for it. So there really isn't much about this that I liked. This was released in 1998. It's written and directed by Byron Hillman, and it stars, of course, Shelley Long and Jay Thomas as our crooks, Sam and Lester. We also have Justin Cooper as Barkley, and we have Ragtime playing Ragtime the horse. And Barkley loves Ragtime. It's a little pony, absolutely adorable. However, the horse is worth a lot of money, and Sam and Lester find out about this and hatch a plan to kidnap or horse-nap the horse and get the money out of it. But honestly, that's basically the crux of the film. And I won't say what happens or if they manage to get the horse, but not a lot happens. I can see that they were definitely trying to make it action-packed and trying to make it suspenseful and dramatic, but I didn't really find that it worked very well at all. And I think that's mostly because there's a lot of repetition. Nothing really happens. It's just the same things over and over again. That being said, around halfway, things do change direction, but then I feel like the rest of the film from that point is also very similar, scene after scene, and it just doesn't seem to progress, it doesn't seem to move forward. We have the same emotions coming up time and time again, so there's not a lot of variety in this. And I didn't really like any of the characters. As I said, the performances are great, I loved watching Shelley Long, but certainly her character was not likeable, though she wasn't meant to be likeable. She is, of course, the antagonist in this, or one of the two antagonists. But even the horse, I didn't mind the horse until we started to hear the horse's thoughts. And I see what they're doing. This can be a fun thing. It can help us get closer to the animals if we can hear their thoughts. But I personally didn't think that worked very well with this particular film. And it is very, very slow. The whole film is about an hour and a half, and I feel like they could have told the story in about an hour. And even then, not a lot would have happened if they took out the most dull parts, and what was left would still have been kind of monotonous. So it's not a great film. It's not a great narrative. It's an interesting enough concept, but the execution is far from brilliant. Would I recommend it? If you like horses, then sure, the horse is very cute. If you like anybody in it, for example, if you're a Shelley Long fan, you will enjoy her in this. But other than enjoying any of the cast or liking the horse, I don't think the film has a lot to offer. The 3.7 out of 10, I feel like maybe a little bit too harsh, because it's not bad as such, by which I mean the characters aren't badly written, the performances aren't bad, the narrative makes sense. I mean, there are times when it's quite ludicrous, but within the context of the film, I believed the motivations of the characters, I believed the development of the narrative, it just wasn't interesting. So it's not a terrible, terrible film, but at the same time, I didn't get much out of it. As a child, I probably would have enjoyed it. I think I would have liked the horse. I might have liked hearing the horse's thoughts. That might have worked for me. But watching it now, as much as I, as a Shelley Long fan addict, wanted to love this, I couldn't. I just couldn't find it in me to really enjoy this. It wasn't offering me anything to latch onto. If there is anything about this that sounds appealing to you, give it a watch. It is watchable. But if you're just looking for a recommendation for an enjoyable film, The Adventures of Ragtime is not one that I can see myself recommending.